So, what exactly is this horrid monster, and where did it come from? The Wendigo comes from the Minnesota's North Woods, the forests of the Great Lake region and the central regions of Canada. The Wendigo is thought to originally be a Native American that consumed flesh and underwent transition into the horrific, tormenting and cannibalistic being it's known as today. Pop culture tends to blur the line of true and false in this particular area of conversation. We found some encounter stories online to show the similarities in the behavior of the Wendigo. This is Lonnie Storen Jr.'s story. The last couple days, not just myself, but my sister have been met with some strange noises not from a human, noises outside our house, mind you. We live in a pretty average area with other houses, but this took place late at night. Around midnight to be exact, my sister approached me. She has been hearing scratching outside her windows. And tonight, I've been hearing blood-curdling screams around 10 p.m. This wasn't the first time something like this happened. Around about a year ago, my sister and her two friends approached me scared just like they did earlier. We saw a face in the window. She said to me in a very concerning tone. She described it as a white face and black eyes, even claiming it was 5 feet taller than her. Tribes like the Algonquian, Ojibwe, Eastern CREE, Saltoaks, West Main Swampy CREE, Naskapi, and Innu claim the Wendigo was created when anyone was sick enough to try cannibalism. A Wendigo was originally a Native American, giving you an answer to their almost perfect hunting, tracking and stalking capability. But a bigger question is, who or what was the first Wendigo? The way the story goes is there was a lost hunter. The man was fighting through a brutal winter. With no food source, the hunter eventually got desperate to a degree that most people probably wouldn't be brave enough to go through with. He killed a fellow hunter and ate his flesh. After that, something came over him. He wanted more. So he went around looking for more hunters and slaughtered them one by one and ate them all. Falling so deep into his madness he didn't realize what he had transformed into. There most likely will never be an answer to how that happened to that man. Some might speculate that it's a punishment from a higher power. The Algonquian describes this creature a giant with a heart of ice. Sometimes, it is thought to be entirely made of ice. Its body is skeletal and deformed, with missing lips and toes, and the Ojibwe say it was a large creature, as tall as a tree, with a lipless mouth and jagged teeth. Its breath was a strange hiss, its footprints full of blood, and it ate any man, woman, or child who ventured into its territory. And those were the lucky ones. Sometimes, the Wendigo chose to possess a person instead, and then the luckless individual became a Wendigo himself, hunting down those he had once loved and feasting upon their flesh. Very horrifying stuff. These people seemed to be very, very afraid of this thing. Where did it go? How did the legend make it from the 18th century to now? Has there been any sightings? There won't ever be a good enough answer to satisfy any fellow researchers, not until they see them themselves. But most sightings take place in Canada. Even one of my family members from that area knows about it. Is it as feared today? Let's turn attention back to 2020. There was a homeless man sleeping in the factory. Eventually, the factory burned and that man was arrested for it. For some reason he claims he didn't know and it was an accident, but it's also sad that he ran. At the time that took place, me, Jake, and Riley have not found the book, meaning it was still in that factory at the time that took place. After some research I did earlier today, I found out is that it's theorized that fire kills the Wendigo. Things didn't start getting bad for me, Jake and Riley, until we caught the corner of the book on fire. I think the Wendigo is attached to the book. I think it got mad at us because we heard it, and if you remember from chapter 2, Samantha explained a story of when she was in Houston Woods she also seen dead deer carcasses. Funny enough, one of them being teared up the same exact way as the one me and her found on October 30th, 2022. I have a theory. Content like this has been popular since we started it back up. I feel like something big is going to happen. Something that no one will be able to explain. And me and my friends will be the only ones to know what happened. But no one will believe us.